Hello guys, today we're talking about the prerequisites of data science. So let's start with the fundamental thing that every data scientist needs to know. That is with mathematics. The topics that you need to cover in mathematics are linear algebra, probability, statistics, calculus, and some optimization methods. You'll also need to know time series evaluation, but that's a complex topic. And moving on to the other thing, we need to know our programming languages. You should either be fluent in Python or R. Majority of the things are done in Python because the main point of doing Python is one, it has a lot of frameworks that are built for data analysis, machine learning, and data science things. Second, you get a lot of data and to clean and pre-process the data. Now what do I mean by clean and pre-process? When you get a data, wait, let me go down here. So let's talk about data cleaning and pre-processing. The data you get from various sources would not be optimized for putting it in model. There would be a lot of null values, missing values, wrong values that would corrupt your model. So for this thing, we need to clean the data and pre-process the data. So Python offers a huge variety of tools and libraries and packages for this thing. R is another good tool, but that is essentially used for statistics and probability. Now after learning maths and programming, you need to learn the basics of SQL and SQL tools, mainly comprising of RDBMS, and MySQL and NoSQL with MongoDB. Now, why do we need to learn two languages? So RDBMS is the relation databases, wherein you have to have a structured query, and in NoSQL you do not need a structured query. No structured query. The primary tool that offers structured query on a very fundamental level is a MySQL tool, and the MongoDB does the same for NoSQL. After that, you will need to learn data visualization tools. Predominantly Tableau, Power BI, and MS Excel. These are things that you need to learn apart from the Python. Now coming to the proper Python frameworks. NumPy, second Pandas, third sklearn. These three are the fundamental Python libraries that you would use on day-to-day basis. Sorry, the pen. Yeah, day-to-day basis for any machine learning task or data science task. So this is the basics of what you need to learn as a very beginner. Once you get past this, you will need to learn the deployment methods and cloud computing. Oh my bad. Yeah, cloud computing. These are the things that will help you to deploy your machine learning model, deploy your ML model for a industry level use case. Industry level use case. Here includes Docker, your Heroku services, your GCP, AWS, and Azure services. That will help you to deploy a model, but these things are very complex for you. And yeah, I forgot one thing to mention. After you learn all these things like programming and everything, here you also need to learn DSA. DSA is your algorithms, data structures, and algorithms. That will help you to streamline your code. Streamline your code. You will learn concepts like time and space complexity, which will help you to write more efficient codes. So I think that's all you need to know as a fresher in data science. Your mathematical skills, your programming skills, your DSA skills, data cleaning and pre-processing skills, SQL tools, data visualization tools, and your Python frameworks. Python has a lot of frameworks. You might have heard about the TensorFlow framework, but these frameworks are like very basic and minimal frameworks. You need to know NumPy, Pandas, sklearn as a very beginner framework. So in the next episode, I'll start with the math concept, and I'll teach you, or I'll try to teach you all the things in linear algebra, probability, statistics, calculus, and optimization methods that you'll need to learn before you get into data science or machine learning concepts. It goes hand in hand, to be honest. You need to learn programming, you need to learn mathematics, because all the frameworks in Python, you just need to call a function and it gets a job done. But to understand the back end of what's actually happening when you call the function, you need to know the math behind it. Say for example, you call a gradient descent function. A gradient descent function, which you'll learn, is an optimization tool. It will help you to set your parameters to get optimum model metrics. So how does it works? You just need to call gradient descent function in Python. But behind that, what does it do? Imagine you have a hill, like this hill, and this hill. You have a point on this. What does gradient descent do? The gradient descent chooses a path that will lead down to the minimum of the whole function. So if your object is here, it needs to reach the minima. It will take the path that has the fastest minimum routes. So if it takes this path 1, 2, 3, and 4, but if it takes this path, it only has to go 3 times to reach the bottom. So gradient descent will prefer this route. So that's just the basic gist of what gradient descent does, and just how you need to know the maths before you use the function. So I think that's it for today, and meet you next episode, and we'll start with the basics of linear algebra. Thank you.